Today we're going to talk about working with your spouse. Ups and down. It's about riding the up wave more than the down wave. We made 1 million in our second year in practice. We're trying to help as many chiropractors and future chiropractors do the same to help as many people as possible. I don't run any ads, so if you enjoy the content, please subscribe and share with your colleagues and future colleagues to get on the path to victory.
You have to understand how things are up here.
I'm here with Emily once again with my lovely wife. We're gonna break down our wins, but we're gonna focus a lot on our L's. Correct?
That's right.
A lot of people talk about their wins. We're gonna share the L's because there's a lot of chiropractic students that they fell in love in chiropractic school. They get married. They try to open an office together or separate. Nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
So we just want to share our experience. That way, they don't make the same mistakes as us. Thankfully, we had, I would say, 98% are ups or have been ups,
Mhm.
2% downs. Do you agree? What else do you want to say there?
Totally agree. Yeah. We are two different people. We're very similar, but we're two very different people as
Yeah.
well. So we have different target audiences, target clients, and we attract different people because it's just what it is. And so opening an office together in our experience was unique because I wanted to see more children and pregnant women and families, and you were like not really about that. So it's kind of cool because we can pull from two different crowds and attract different people. And then you like to see obviously the Hispanic population because obviously that is what resonates with you.
Mhm.
And so we were able to kind of market to that and use that to our advantage. And so going out and networking and marketing, we were kind of able to tag team it. And if you're opening with a spouse, a partner, whomever, besides just just
Mhm.
yourself, you're able to kind of divide the tasks and you can almost like clone yourself and then you can do twice the work. So
Yeah.
if we were ever, going to an event, sometimes we would go together and like, we appear as a couple, but
Mhm.
other times we'd be like, hey, you conquer the north side of town and I'm going to conquer the south side of town today. And we can get it done. And we did a lot of networking and marketing that way, which was highly to our
We
advantage.
did. We did, and we learned in school actually from the book Book Yourself Solid with Dr. Trahan, Dr. Dooley, and Dr. Chundil had a big influence on this as well about target market.
Hmm.
So you had your own target market. I had my own target market, still have it, and it has worked perfect. You have your room set up for pregnant ladies and kids. My room is pretty basic, just one thing on the wall, two tables, and let's get straight to the point,
Yep.
right? So I serve mostly older people and a lot of Hispanics.
Yep.
I'm the type of person that if I go to an office, I want to be in and out, nothing else. I don't care how your weekend was or anything. I just want to go in and out. I have things to do. So that's the people I like seeing. I like seeing people that in and out. If
Hmm.
someone comes and they love talking and all that, I know it's a better fit with you
Right.
than with me. Correct?
That's right.
So I love that part about the target market was pretty fundamental for us.
Yes.
And when you talk about the marketing, I saw the difference of marketing by myself rather than marketing with you. When I went to Raleigh, it was way harder. When you and I market together, like how you mentioned, you in the north, I'm on the south, it was way easier rather than me having to do the north than the south
Yes.
in Raleigh. So I definitely saw the advantages there.
Yes. And as well, you tend to be, I know this may surprise people, but you're more introverted and you don't love meeting new people and being social. Whereas me, that lights me up. It gives me energy. I love being around people. I love talking. And so also going back to, my target, my ideal client, I love to talk with moms and talk with families about what's best for their kiddos or just even options for them. So along those same lines, we love talking about this stuff. We get super passionate and
Hmm.
super fired up about business. There are also times where we have to set boundaries because we are a couple and so we work together all day and then we go home and we're together all day, right? Or all night. So when we're together all the time, what are some tactics that we do to either draw lines or maybe not?
Yeah. So we basically don't see each other during the day. We're seeing 150 to 100 patients a day, so we just cross each other. But we don't see each other only at lunch and at dinner. Obviously, when we leave the office, when we go to date nights, I tell people this, and they talk to me like if I'm crazy. But I just love talking about business. Like it's not work for me. This is a lifestyle. I love it to the point that I had a seminar recently in Kansas City, and my buddy was landing at 1 a.m. and he was getting to the hotel at 2 a.m. And I was awake at 1:30 a.m. And he got to the hotel at 2 a.m. super quiet. And I'm like, "What's up, bro?" And he's like, what are you doing at work? I'm like, dude, look at all these notes that I just wrote in 30 minutes. I woke up at 1:30 just thinking about business. Like, look at all these notes. Do you think like we'll get these questions answered tomorrow at the seminar? He's like, you're insane. But I freaking love it. If I wake up thinking about business, I'm going to make that time productive.
For sure.
Same when we go to date nights, we're always talking about business if ideas come up.
Yeah.
When we have to draw the line, because people say you have to leave the office at the office, never at the house. Well, if you don't like what you're doing, I totally understand you should do that.
Yeah.
But one time I had to cross the line when first month in practice, I woke up at 2:30 a.m. I sat down and said, hey, am I giving the best care to this lady? And you're like, no, dude, you have to shut up and go back to bed. Because it was like about care, like I was just in my head. It was like the second week in practice. So I was like super excited. But like, when you graduate, you're like, I'm not a good adjuster. Like, can I do better? So that's when you said that you need to shut up and chill.
Yeah, don't mess with my sleep, especially when I had Luca and I was out of the office. And so, do you mind kind of sharing how that was? I know that was rough for you because
Yeah.
we, like you said, we're seeing 150 patients a day, and then all of a sudden I'm out, and I didn't take a lot of time off.
Mhm.
But how was that for you going back to the office without me there?
That was pretty rough. So this is pretty good for you couples, especially if you're thinking of having kids. Definitely like plan everything if you can, because we planned it and it was still pretty rough. Emily works as office manager as well. We could have an office manager in the background, but at the end of the day, Emily is going to be the office manager. So we set up everything for success for when you leave. You didn't slow down until you adjusted on a Thursday and you gave birth on a Monday. So you didn't slow down. So that was helpful. So we said, when you give birth, we're just going to lower the new patients, focus on the patient care that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So I was seeing 125 patients per day by myself. And my patients are used to in and out. How we mentioned, we have two different target markets. You like talking more. So I had to get used to people asking me questions, but I totally understood as well. They were asking about you and Luca. So, I need to be present and answer that. So it was rough. It was rough. Like, time wise, we kept everything on time, but energy wise, it drained me a lot because I still went to the gym, how I do my routine, went to the office, I got home, and I was ready to go to bed. But there was you that was with a kid by yourself because we don't have family in town. You spend a whole day with a baby. So you want to have a conversation with an adult and ask me how the day went. And you told me, can you be present? But I was so tired that I was like ready to eat dinner and go to bed. But you totally understood that. So we had to make the most out of the weekend. But it was pretty good because you came back after 4 weeks. That's insane for me. Some people take 8 weeks. You came back after 4 weeks and was adjusting already. You came 2 weeks before though, just to be the office manager again.
Yeah. So, but part of that too, when you were back by yourself, we didn't have the associates that we do now.
No.
So, which I say associates because they're a couple, which has been super fun to kind of work and mentor and advise a couple when we've kind of like gone through similar things, especially like a chiropractic couple. It's, we can always relate to that. What are some of the fun stories maybe you could share about being with another couple?
Yeah, so I love working with couples. I know Dr. Bryce started with us first, and then Dr. Jimmy graduated. He trained in our other office in Missouri, and then he came to ours. And you could see it took them a little bit of time to adapt, of being together all day to then get back to the house together. So they had to adapt a little bit. So it's been fun sharing our wins, our mistakes, not to do the same mistakes that we did. That way they could have a more successful, soon to be married. I imagine they're going to do soon. So
Hopefully.
it's been fun just working with them, seeing the interactions that they have with each other. It's been pretty humbling.
Yeah, because we're super passionate about chiropractic. We're super passionate about business. And then, of course, we're super passionate in our relationship. One of our loves, one of our passions is to work with couples, especially in chiropractic. So if you're a couple and you want to reach out to us for any questions, please feel free to do so.
Yes, absolutely. Like, we just reached out to this lady that is married to a chiropractor as well, and she's been helping us as well. So, everyone's going to need help eventually. So if you're a couple, you're struggling, or you're thinking that you're going to struggle, or you need the help, just reach out to us.